The Brawling Master will challenge the strongest here at LR Shion. Now, we will review the next chapter of Grappler Baki, the legendary swordsman arc. It's the chapter where the strongest Yakuza Hanayama Kaoru desired to fight the strongest being alive. Do you think Hanayama will really challenge Hanma Yujiro? Let's find out. But first, please know that you can buy the new Grappler Baki volume collections, Baki the Grappler Season 1 and 2 DVDs, and Bandai's Grappler Baki figurine on the link on the description below. By buying, you can help the channel grow and release more Baki videos. Please subscribe and let's begin. The chapter starts inside the house of Hanma Baki. He is thinking, whose heartbeat am I hearing right now? There are many that I can think of. But I don't think any of them is the one. It seems that it is someone completely different. It doesn't seem to be anyone that I know. Then we see Dr. Kariha doing some intense exercise. He is thinking. Even sprinting doesn't measure up with regards to the amount of energy used. Cross suspension. And yet, I am yawning. Somehow, yesterday, I did the maximum while bench pressing. And before that, I did a 100-meter dash. On the verge of raising it completely. On the verge of reaching the goal. I had to yawn. It doesn't feel possible. But maybe it's medical. Why am I so bored? What can I do to fight this boredom? We now move on somewhere in the mountains. Arachi Doppo is thinking. Is this a good thing, or is this a bad thing? It's ice cold. This waterfall that is coming down on me. And in the middle of that, yawn. Inside the university hospital main building. To go to the current height. And then go further. To become bigger. To become stronger. The calculations have to be made with extreme precision. So that my upper body will still be able to keep up with all the exercises it has to go through. The bones will be extended by 30 centimeters. The target height will be 2 meters and 43 centimeters. Look down. All of those who will stand before me. I will look down on them. This is the second time undergoing bone extension surgery. And the pain my body is going through is still close to being unbearable. But why is it that in the middle of this severe pain, the only thing that my body can do to answer is this yawn. I can't seem to get rid of. We now move on inside a certain bar. The strongest Yakuza Hanayama Kaoru is currently yawning. Chiharu then said, "Boss, how many times do you think it is that we sat here talking about our luck and such? The number is probably too high for you to know, huh? What the hell are you supposed to do with yourself when you have to fight boredom?" Hanayama replied, "I also thought such things the day before yesterday. It was at night. I was being attacked. Hey, why didn't you say so earlier? We could have handled it. It never truly happened. Just as when it was about to happen, while I was walking over, I was thinking to myself that at that time, it was a bad thing to do. I was really thinking. I wish that I could stop it." Then Hanayama silently walks toward the attacker, instantly crushing his gun along with his hand. He continued, "It's not just you who is bored. I'm sorry about that. Here is a new glass. Drink up." "Boss. I am sorry. This boss. In front of that man. How would that be?" We now move on inside Takugawa's laboratory. The legendary swordsman Miyamoto Musashi is being born. And he managed to come out without any problem. The scientist then questioned, how can his hand be this big? It's still rather unexpected. But anyway. This is that man. Miyamoto Musashi. The warrior of the old age. The strongest under the heavens. The real Miyamoto Musashi. It is indeed him. At first glance, it is hard to tell his true power. He is the real deal. He is truly before my eyes. The term of the strongest. It all started from this man. Everything is at a normal value. There are no errors to be found. However, there are no other effects either. It has been 81 hours since his birth. But the subject has yet to awaken. His pulse. His body temperature. His blood pressure. All of his vitals are under a 24-hour watch. None of them show any good signs. And all can be seen in one place. On the electroencephalogram, no real reaction can be found. The data collected is perfect. But all of that info does nothing to change the facts. He is keeping himself asleep. Before this fact, we are absolutely helpless. Everybody, this helpless paleontologist, would like to solve this issue. And that's how it is. That's only a small issue. It became a hot debate. The discussion became truly heated. And before long, it seemed that they weren't able to get on the same page. All of a sudden, Takugawa slammed the table. He then said, "To make a true Buddha, the soul has to be put in." He is still not complete. The most important piece is still missing. And yet, all of you who are so-called professionals are only making excuses. This time around, I want the opinion of an amateur. The initial data. The old data. The stored data. It's always about the data. There is a place where science and numbers can't reach. Although I have to admit that there are things I regret to say. But I have one sister. She is a spirit medium. And a shady one at that. But she is good at her craft. And she is my sister. We now move on inside Takugawa's mansion. Mr. Takugawa is talking to Hanayama saying, "You just said something truly amazing. You want to have a fight with the ogre. It's been a long time." A long time? A fight with Hanma Yujiro. Such brave words. It's been a long time since these ears heard them. Even so. Welcome to my pond, Hanma Yujiro. To meet that challenge. It's still a rare thing to have a fight with him. And you truly want to have a match with that monster. What if I said no? It's because of your boredom, isn't it? It was 5 years ago, wasn't it? Inside that Tokyo Game Center. It was unexpected, but out of nowhere, it was a fight between Hanma Yujiro and yourself. From what I heard, it was a ghastly event. It could easily be an overwhelming trauma that could last a total lifetime. To do it again might not be the right thing. And also, there is the ending of the fight. It's truly a frightful thing. That night, you tasted a chilling pain. And of course, there was more than just pain that was given that night. It's just as you say. But regardless of the pain that you felt that day, it seems that it is no match for this thing called boredom. I get it. Fighting with Ogre will heal it for sure. But I have to say thank you, Hanayama. Because to be honest, I have been wanting to call the Ogre over to Tokyo. If the name Hanayama Kaoru is to call for him, even that man will move. What do you think of this chapter? Do you think Hanma Yujiro will really accept Hanayama's challenge? Comment down your opinion below. Special thanks to my patron, Juan, The Broken Monarch, Stranger Dragons Prevail, Sam Shires, Aaron Wieland, James Berry, Evan Edrock, Shay Jackson, Dr. Manhattan, Francois, I Meet Rabbit, The Real Zurvan, Big Sam Zilla, A Patreon of the Aughts, Jacket, Midas, Johnny Might, Kevin Arias, Jason Jacobs, OK, Vega Punk, Just Danzo, Joshua Ash, Mars Kane, Claudio Aguilera, Francisco Carrillo, Jaden Robinson, Isom Harris, Awesome Swayable, Thomas West, David Fritz, Brandon Zipperl, Ethan, Carrot, and Xavier Ward. We really appreciate your help. If you want to support my channel, please subscribe to my Patreon, LR Shion. I will put a link in the description below. Our next video will be about the confrontation of Hanayama Kaoru and the Ogre Hanma Yujiro. Stay tuned.